Hello. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to World of Zowo.
Hello.
Or
Hi.
Realm. Realm of Zowo. Whatever. Welcome
World
back.
Realm.
Shut up.
Hails from Zowo.
Hails from the realm of the place of Zowo.
We're gonna run out of adjectives at some point, and at some point we're gonna be like, alright, welcome back to Island of Thing, or just like Peninsula. Welcome back to Peninsula of Zowo. Ay, ay, ay.
Bulge.
Sup? Anyway. What? Did you just say bulge?
Yeah.
That's staying on the
Zowo,
recording.
This is your bulge.
I wanted to say it. I stopped myself.
This is all on the recording.
Good.
The
Good.
world will know your deviancy. Anyway.
Screw
Playing
normality.
A rat named Ratthew Boyle. They already know.
I'm named
Who cares about normal?
after a steed.
You're named after
Anyway.
a garment. Anyway.
I am.
Welcome back to World of Zowo, where we last left off. Azza was in prison, spending some time sitting on the massive bed of Paleolithic. Was her last name literally Lithic, or did I come up with something even
Nope.
remotely
I had
more
it.
clever?
Paleo Schist Stone.
Oh.
What?
Paleo Schist Stone.
Oh, schist. Okay.
Schist.
Yeah.
I always thought it was pronounced Schist.
Oh, it's schist.
No, it's just.
It's a
Well,
type of
schist.
rock.
Yeah. I'm
Schist.
thinking of nice.
It's a type of bedrock.
Pattern. Right.
It's partially a joke because, you know, she's from the Paleolithic era, and it's, you know, lithic means rock, and also partially a joke about New York, because that's the type of bedrock that's in New York, and it's also partially a joke about the Flintstones, because it's funny to me, and only me. Anyway, we return with Azza, I guess, sleeping on top of Paleo's abs.
I'm assuming it was an interesting night.
I can only assume that's what she's doing for now. And we also return to these our intrepid assholes. Even more so than usual. It's Ratthew and Flax, who just drugged a newly turned 18-year-old.
We offered it and she accepted.
Oh, that's so much better. That's
We
so
didn't
much better.
force
Offering drugs is so much better. Okay. This is the corrupting influence, people.
Yes.
I make no illusions.
This is how chat turns gay. Anyway.
As if we had anything to do with that. Anyway, we're all gussied up now.
Yeah. So you find yourself, and chat has just been hit by a truck. Or a bus.
And knitted herself back together.
Yeah,
and
except
her-
for the music app.
And her skin knit back together, and suddenly, she's not high anymore. Which must be a great feeling. Still hurts, though.
That was a lot of pain.
It's like that one scene from
You'll be
regular
fine.
show after Rigby was hit by a car before getting his body back.
Okay, this is really off topic, but speaking of regular show, there was like a discussion of what is a good Jewish character, and like one of the only people that got put up as like an option is Muscle Man.
I didn't even realize he was Jewish.
That is the good Jewish representation these days. Anyway, back to the story.
I'd say good Jewish representation is Tommy Pickles.
Yeah.
I don't remember who that is. I know the
Rugrats.
name.
From Rugrats.
The leader of the Rugrats.
You're a Rugrat.
The Rugrats, the main family in Rugrats is Jewish. Also, Spider-Man.
Okay, we're getting off topic.
Yeah.
We're always
getting
getting
a whole
off
episode about Passover. Not Passover. About Hanukkah.
They also had a
Passover.
Anyway, so your dress is... Actually, your dress probably isn't too hurt because your chest was ripped open. And your dress didn't get ripped very much because that's where it was. So that's good. How you feeling, chat? You feeling okay?
I'm not feeling okay at all. I'm just
You
very
waiting on a
much.
train?
I'm just simply just wondering what the heck am I going to do?
I poke her on her probably highly bruised chest.
I'll be fine.
Walk it
I
off.
don't know how I could explain that.
You
Just
poke her right between the titties. Anyway. How's it doing?
Walk it off. You've been through worse.
That is true.
I offer a hand to help Chat get to her feet. It only works most of the way because I'm like 3 feet tall and she's 4'7".
I help
Actually,
her.
isn't she taller now?
yeah, I'm very much taller now.
4'11".
I will help her up because I'm like 6 feet tall.
I'm 3.5. I'm
How tall
3.5
am I?
feet tall.
Let me check my notes.
Yeah, check your notes
I'm
because I
6
thought you
and a
were
half
shrunk.
feet tall.
Who wants to pick Ratthew up and just use it as a pillow? Raise your hand. Everyone, got it. Anyway.
Mm.
He will stab. He has a dagger.
Rat boys and kobolds are the best pillows. Prove me wrong.
Mhm.
Kobolds are pointy.
Their tummies are squishy.
Most things' tummies are squishy.
I'm just saying there are squishy parts of a kobold and they're pretty damn squishy.
So yeah, we help. We help pick up. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank. Chat. We help pick up Chat. Sorry, I don't know what
Mhm.
happened. I just had a big brain fart right there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, you're gonna keep going to the thing, or what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's go.
We'll keep
Yeah,
looking
we're
for the
going.
jazz club.
Mm-hmm.
I like jazz.
Wait, didn't I not get my dress yet?
No, we just. Oh shit! Is your
We-
dress ripped?
No, I mean I'm saying like we were waiting.
But no, we got. Our
We just got it. We just got our stuff.
yeah. Did her dress get ripped? I'm gonna
See-
go ahead and start cast. I'm gonna go ahead and start cast. Well, first I'm gonna use prestidigitation to clean up her dress.
See,
and then I'm
here's
gonna
the
start mending
thing.
it.
The
I have
part
mending.
Here's the thing. The part of her that was ripped apart was her chest, and there wasn't much fabric there to rip.
Okay, well I'm still gonna use prestidigitation to clean Chat up, and also.
She's got one of those vampire, like, low V-neck type dresses. You know, like the low V vampire dresses.
Yeah, I know the kind you're talking about.
Like Boobarella from The Simpsons.
Oh no. Oh wait, you completely lost me. Yeah, I'll use mending on whatever is there.
Oh. Wow.
Because mending is a really useful spell.
Yes, it is.
So, let's go to the nightclub.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's definitely go and do that so I could forget what the heck just happened to me.
If you require assistance in forgetting what happened, Flax does have certain things that may be of assistance.
More drugs.
I have something. I have something more traditionally used for that.
Sorry.
I'm
people.
just gonna try to see how the party goes. I'll keep your option off for open mic.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess we're off to go and see. We're off to go and see the jazz club.
We're off to see the wonderful Wizard of Booze.
Wrong.
All right, y'all find your way into the club. You look around, there's smoke in the air, and everyone's sitting on their own damn chair. Everyone's got these black benches. They've got no cushions, but they're all sat together, and there's a show on the stage. As you try to walk in, a large tiger-looking man, a large man-tiger. I don't know how to describe that.
A tiger person.
Utopia.
A very muscular tiger. He stands blocking the door. Hey there, what are you doing?
Just trying to enjoy my first time at a club.
How old are you?
18.
She's with us.
I didn't ask you.
And I
Ew.
answered, and I'm 18.
All right, you're in. He opens the rope and he lets Chat inside.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then.
To go.
Well, as the other two come in, he clasps the rope back on the door, and he looks at you. There's an entry fee.
We go in the club then.
All right.
He
pay
closes the thing and does not let you in. There's an entry fee.
I'll toss him 10 gold.
He grabs it and he opens the gate. The thing. The rope.
All right.
The gate. Whatever. He lets you in. Ah, perfect.
I hand him a plat.
Thanks for the tip. And he just sticks it in his pocket.
Hmm.
Tips are great.
Ratthew, have you never been to a jazz club before?
Chat is immediately being scoped out by several of the cool cats in the club.
I want to stand right next to Chat and give them a glare. I'm can roll intimidation.
Mm.
A 10.
You see several folks step back, including members of the band, but one man walks forward, and he, with a bowler hat on his head, and he is another feline gentleman. He is much more alive and looks more cat's size, and he is he has red fur and a white tummy area that is partially shown off by his kind of poofy shirt. You know, one of those kind of poofy shirts.
I just kind of stand nearby.
I
Wow.
want to scope out. I want to actually want to. We should probably find a place to sit. Honestly, we should find a place to sit.
Yeah.
Hello there.
Why, hello there, sweetheart. You looking around? You seem new in town.
Very now.
Wonderful, wonderful. Why don't you sit with me?
Alright.
He walks back to his booth, his tail just lightly wrapping around Chat's hand as he walks away.
Oh.
I'm gonna
Okay.
grab Cat's arm.
He continues to walk and sit at his booth.
I'm holding on to Chat's arm.
Gonna try to like move away. Like I guess can I do a strength contest against that?
Against me?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
What was
I got 12.
Okay, you noodly little wizard, try it.
it?
Yeah.
You little wizard. Yeah.
Beat a 12.
Boom chakalaka. How's the power of love feel for ya?
I don't think it's love.
Yeah, no.
I think it's
Flax?
the other thing.
Flax is still thinking
Power of
that you're
Rohypnol.
as strong as you were before and underestimating your new form's strength. She is underestimating it.
Mm-hmm.
Chad is able to just walk right up and sit next to the man. And just tips his hat and he says, "Hey there, doll. The name's Thomas. How you doing?"
Doing well, Thomas.
Awesome, awesome. You like the place?
It's my first time being here in a jazz club.
You
Scene.
like the atmosphere? He
It's
takes
very
out
chill.
a cigar and he just begins to he clips the end and he lights it and sticks it in his mouth and just and puffs. It doesn't smell quite like it's entirely tobacco.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I always like the downtown circuit. You know, I come from uptown, but down here, someplace a little bit chill. Uptown, we like it hot, if you know what I mean.
Okay, okay. Very perking up on the news there. Quick question. What does Thomas look like?
He's a kind of orange cat person. He's got white paws and like a white underbelly. He's wearing like kind of like loose pants, and a loose fit like dress shirt with like a bow with like a tie, I guess. Suspenders, maybe. I don't know. What do jazz musicians look like? He looks kind of like a jazz guy.
I'm thinking about maybe something about like a letter or maybe like a simple blazer combined out probably with like a light coloration, follow that up with like matching slacks, maybe like a nice belt and maybe like a nice unbuttoned down shirt. I'm thinking about that maybe with like a fedora perhaps to like finish up the ensemble.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway. But yeah, no. I've put a little bit of coin in this place, so they always give me my drinks free. You know what I mean?
Definitely can understand, being the philanthropist that you are.
What did you say, Flex?
Can I eavesdrop on this conversation?
Very easily.
Okay, I don't even need to roll perception.
I mean,
okay.
I think if you want to, you can roll perception and listen to it farther away, but nothing's gonna stop you from coming closer.
Yeah, no, my passive perception is better than that. So,
nothing's gonna stop you from coming closer. So.
Yeah, my passive perception's 13, which is higher than what I rolled.
You can be a couple feet away.
Okay. Then yeah, I want to slide in after hearing that.
Hiya, dame. What's up?
So,
You want to chill with the cool cats?
Flax is here on business.
Yeah, what kind of business is that?
Business that is relevant to certain endeavors, which may increase the popularity of an establishment such as this.
Now, see, I happen to know there are a few ways to do what you're saying.
I slightly pull out the bag of pills from my pocket and then put them back in. Just flash them.
He does see them, but first he kind of just like looks you up and down. It's like, well, I guess you got two ways to liven up the party, but none of them are gonna work down here. Not downtown.
I'm interested in one thing.
What's that?
Getting her foot in the door in this place.
Why are you down here?
Every business needs a place to start.
Well, why don't you go to a different club?
Because Flax is aware of how these work. She has been in the business for quite some time and is starting her own.
No, look, I'm gonna tell you, you can do what you want, but down here isn't the right scene for that. They're more chill down here, but that's only because he gestures out.
Yeah.
He gestures across the hall to another table, and there are several border collies sitting there, and they seem to be like policemen, but they've got their ties undone and their hats on the table. A place like this can only be chill with its protection. Protection don't like competition.
And what makes Flax did not get your name?
Thomas.
What does Thomas think Flax would bring competition to the protection? Flax has no interest in them rather than them staying away from Flax.
Huh? Well,
Flax simply requires a distributor.
Well,
There
yeah.
is
No, I
nothing
understand.
on the market. There is nothing on the market like what Flax can make.
I understand, but if you're gonna want a business like that to work, you're gonna do better at a different sort of establishment. I got a
Flax
place.
Understands
I'll show you.
networking. Then lead the way.
Okay. You asked for it. He snaps and nods at several of the musicians on the stage. Most of them get up and they start to walk away, but several people come to replace them pretty quickly. He just stays sitting. All right, give it 5 minutes and I'll have my car pulled up. Then I'll show you the real place. Where they like it hot. You got it?
Understood.
Now, in the meantime, would you like to mix your medicines? And by that, I mean, would you like a drink?
Flax will never turn down a free drink.
He nods and he just taps the table with a thumb. Bah, bah. And after 2 taps, a gentleman comes up with a pitcher and just pours 3 glasses for the table, setting it in front of each of you, including himself.
All right.
And he just begins to drink.
All right. I want to sniff it. Does it smell like it's alcohol or something else?
It's alcohol.
Yeah, I'll chug it.
I will drink.
You're not at the table.
Oh, that's true.
You weren't given a free drink.
I wave Ratthew over.
Ratthew-
I approach.
All right, you can come. You can sit at the table, but there's a It's a little bit too tall for you. You kind of have to like struggle to get onto the bench, and then you have to kind of like lean onto the table.
Yep.
You doing
I
all right
reach
there,
over-
little buddy?
I reach over to shake his hand.
This is Flax's
Name's
associate.
Thomas.
Hello,
This is
my name's
Tom.
Ratthew Boyle from City of Lights.
That's nice.
Much
Here.
like my friend here, I'm also out here and I'm also out here to expand my endeavors.
Now I got an idea. Let me just make you a little bit more comfortable for the next couple minutes. He swirls a finger and points at you, and after a second, someone comes in, and then kind of just offers to put a booster seat on the bench for you.
I give a slight sigh, but accept it.
It comes with a little ladder so you can climb up.
Did they put down like a book for him to sit on?
It's like a little. It's like a little booster seat. It's like a little tiny stool that is set up, and then there's a ladder that lets him climb up onto the seat from the floor. And now Ratthew is sitting at the table like a big boy.
Okay. You are familiar with Rathew's family, are you not?
I know a few. I think I understand where you're from, but let's just say my business associates usually take care of that for me.
Understandable.
All right, the car's here.
All
You
right.
ready to go?
I chug. I hold up my finger like one moment as I finish drinking my drink.
All right, it is larger than you expect.
I'm chugging it.
Roll for con.
Oh, 8.
You
Maybe it's
are
time to switch
drunk.
out your dice.
That's not gonna. My dice hate me. Digital. All dice hate me. I am like one step away from having the Wheaton curse.
You are drunk.
That's
Hey, we can be glad about your dice hating you because that means you didn't kill us
Okay,
in the last session.
correction. Oh yeah, no, my dice did actually hate me that session too. I almost.
They did.
Go
They
back.
really did. Like that could have gone so much worse.
Yeah. Shade, for context, like the first 5 attacks that my phase spiders did not hit, and only like 4 hits total. The dire board didn't even get a turn.
And
No, the dire board got 1 turn to try and gore gunmetal.
and
Nice.
a bunch of
Yeah.
the attacks was against my character, who was both resistant and what was the other thing? Oh, resistant to poison and had advantage on con checks related to
Against
poison. So just very good. Anyway.
Wait,
yeah.
wait. What about me? What about me?
No, we're talking about last session. We're talking about the Tapir
Anyway,
session.
back to the game.
Mm-hmm.
You guys go into the man's car. It's a large car. It's like an early limousine. When were limos invented? Yeah, no. It's a limousine.
Yeah, they were made in the 1800s.
Well, like a stretch limousine was in like the early 20s, so it works. Well, not a stretch, but
It's the Cruella de Vil car.
there's enough room for you guys to sit in the back. That's what's important.
All right.
You get set in the back of the limousine, and he just says,
I eye up the car, very interested.
and he just says, "Take us to the scratch." And the driver nods and rolls up the thing to take you to the front, and you start
divider.
and then you start being driven uptown.
As this happens, I grab Rathew's shoulder and say, "Flax does not feel well. Ratthew, do the talking."
All right.
Ugh.
So, little man, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing all right. Got some new duds.
The
I pull my suspenders with my thumbs.
That's good for you. That's just wonderful. He just grins at the rat and is showing his very sharp feline teeth off. Well, I hope we can do business together.
I hope so as well.
Alright, I'm taking you guys to a place which I own even larger portion of, the Cat Scratch Club. That's a place where all of you can do much more business.
Okay.
He glances at Chat and does another predatory grin. All of you. The
And at this point, as his motherly instincts are going,
Wait.
as is just spasming and Paleo is just confused, trying to calm her down.
I doubt that's actually what's happening though.
Like licking the top of the head, like Groot, trying to,
Oh, that's adorable. There's like a mama cat, just like, come on, pet.
Yeah, Chad is just like looking at him and it's like, this is fine. This is fine. Like just like smiling a bit. But then,
It just reminds me that I don't think anyone knows where Azza is.
We know that because Ard said that he was gonna take you to a jail, a prison.
Then actually,
Arr.
Chat is the only one that doesn't know where Azza is.
Yeah.
R did. Yes, that's his name is R.
Yeah.
Just the letter R.
That's the name he
Arr.
gives. R.
Yeah. But fortunately for like Chad, she's not thinking about Azza at the moment because she's just now just coming to grips with like everything happening in front of her right now.
Yeah.
The you notice that like it is night outside and there are street lamps but they're all gaslit. You get taken to a slightly dimmer, less lit area of the city, and what lights there are put behind red glass. And this is up actually not too far away from your own neighborhood.
Flax thinks we're in the red light district.
Now the Scratch is a place that I always love. He stretches and places his arms on the back of the seat. The Cat Scratch Club is, well, let's just say it's owned by me and a friend. And we do a lot there. Okay?
Flax doesn't judge that lifestyle.
Well, let's just say that the types
Flax
of
says
gangs,
love who you love.
the types of gangs that take care of themselves down there, as in the coppers, because they're just another gang, you know. Well, they don't do as much up here. The Cat Scratch Club, it's my place, and I can tell you that it does way better. And it will be way better for you guys to make your money.
Wonderful.
And it's
Flax
not
assures
too
you
far
that-
from our base of operations.
Flax thinks we may own a bagel place in this area, in this district. Is this where the bagel shop is?
Do you want me to actually
This is-
say that?
This
or...
is Milo.
I'm
This is
asking.
Milo. There's a bagel shop in every There's
Yeah,
a
I'm
bagel
asking.
shop every block.
Yeah,
Do-
I was
do you-
asking that.
As a DM, do you want me to tell you how close this is to your actual place?
I was
or-
asking that to Ratthew.
Okay. 'Cause I can say this is one like more than a neighborhood. Like this is a different neighborhood.
Okay.
Let's see. I rolled a natural 20 on history to see if this is close.
I don't know if history is really a good option there, buddy.
Probably be like
Well,
perception.
whatever I need to roll, I rolled a 20.
Okay.
Yeah, that
well,
was a nat 20.
It's you're like one or two. You're in between. You're in the neighborhood that is in between Chat's school and your place of and your bagel shop area where you guys live. You're in the neighborhood that's in between. It's more of a cultural district, cultural area. And as
We
he
need to actually run the bagel shop at some point. During
Well, it's
our
been
downtime,
abandoned in
we
the
should
first
run
place.
we should run the bagel shop.
Look, I understand what you mean, Azza, but like there are like 5 bodegas near here that have been abandoned for like 40 years, and if one of them opened, I would spend all my money there.
Okay.
I would.
I mean,
spend
like before
so-
we even before we actually run it, we need to clean it up. Is what I mean.
Anyway, that's what you guys did. You guys cleaned it up.
We didn't clean it up. We cleaned it out.
Yeah. No, we cleaned it up.
Anyway, you guys get to the Cat Scratch Club. You guys are guided in. Now this is my place. The whole place is is lit with dim red lights. There's a stage with a band on it, and all of the seats are velvet with beautiful tables. And the tables look strong and haughty, all made of powerful hardwood. And he knocks on one of the tables. This is my place. I own 60%. I assure you, you can do whatever you need here. And he winks at both Chat and Flax.
Flax does not. Flax actually pulls out one of the pills and slides it over and says, "It is advised to take half of one of these, as they are very potent. If you wish to test, or have someone else test."
By the way, look, most people here know me by Thomas, but if you need me quick, I should probably tell you my last name. Name's
Okay.
Thomas Avatar.
Do you say Avatar?
Avatog.
Oh, Avertog.
It's in the chat.
I hope it's not in the chat. She only just turned 18.
That's a bad joke, and you know it.
You're already picturing it as
No.
cats? Are you picturing this guy as cats, really?
That's actually a really good description in my mind.
I mean, now you're just having me confused both in-game and out-of-game now. God dang it.
Ooh,
No.
you chuck feet.
What?
Dang it, Flax. You had to make that comparison, and now I can't unsee it.
Listen, he is the coolest cat.
No,
He literally owns a jazz club.
No, I mean, I know. I'm just like, I just didn't think of like cats like that, but now I'm thinking him like that. So, dang.
I'm confronting you about this after the game.
What are
Me?
you confronting me about?
I'll bring it up later.
Is it the name or the other name?
Yes.
The last name or the first name?
Last.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna
Anyway.
distract with the first name.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Oh, God, no. Childhood.
I like the other one. I like the other one better.
Childhood.
anyway.
Wait, that makes complete sense. That
As-
makes complete sense.
As Flax was saying, it is
Everybody.
best to take half, as it is very potent and very difficult to make.
Well, I'm
It is
sure.
a limited supply. It is
I'm
a
sure
very
you can
limited
sell.
supply.
If you want, I can sell it at the thing, but I'll take a fee. You might as well just sell it yourself while you're here.
Oh no, Flax is not getting her hands dirty. Flax is not going to be the one on the chopping block should something go wrong.
All right. He waves a hand again, and the bartender walks over to the end of the bar, and he just goes, "All right, put this on the menu."
200 gold for one pill. 100 for half. It is very difficult to make. Very difficult to obtain the materials.
All right,
Flax. Okay.
it's going on the board. You got a name for this stuff?
Yes. Flax calls it. Let me look it up. Relentlessness. And I hand the bag of now 17. It is now 17 plus the one on the table.
All right.
Or no, yeah, it's 18 plus the one on the table. It's 18 in the bag, one on the table.
All right. Well, then.
And I have another like 80 back at the apartment.
All right, it's on the board. If it sells, you get an 80% cut.
Pretty reasonable.
Yes, Flax is not going to complain at that.
Better than I was expecting, honestly.
Yes.
Oh, Flax. I hope your business does sell well.
The pills get. The bartender like reaches under and just grabs this like glass bottle, which looks like a medicine bottle, but it's like a big, it's like a big jar. It kind of looks like a can, like one of those old.
Yeah, I know. Like the.
It's like a
Glass,
square
like the
jar.
Old medicine jar.
It's like one of those old bottles.
The one with the latch and the rubber seal.
I was thinking one of the ones with a glass cork.
Oh, like a large flask.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's clear. It's not brown. Anyway, so it's old type glass. The pills get poured in, set on the back, and then the bartender just writes the name on the blackboard behind, and then puts a circle with a 200 next to it.
All right.
When it sells out, send word to. I Flax cannot recall the address of the bagel shop. Ratthew, if you could write it down. That would be the best place to contact us if you require more relentlessness, or if you require something else. Flax is always experimenting with new products.
Whatever you want to sell, I'll sell it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it.
Do you have a pen?
Pen?
I lost mine.
Not on me, no. Who carries a pen?
Why?
Some people carry
I
pens.
look to. Oh no, I don't have a pen because I'm wearing my flapper dress. I look to chat. Chat's a nerd.
Who carries a pen? That's messy.
I actually would have it. Here, be careful with my stuff. I always keep it with me in case that I need to take some notes down.
All right, and I hand one of the club's napkins to Ratthew. To write
All
it
right,
down.
I write down the address to the bagel shop and hand it over to Thomas.
He just hands it to his flunky.
Remember, do not let anyone eat one whole piece. Or do. Flax is not going to.
Whatever.
Flax takes no responsibility if whoever takes it is not responsible in their dosage.
It's their fault, not ours.
Agreed.
Agreed.
So,
Should we cut over to Azza now, or?
Just give me a second.
Okay. Sorry, I've just been like absolutely demolished by allergies lately.
oh, big mood.
So brain empty.
Head
What else is
empty. Head empty, ass thick.
Head empty, thighs full.
That's just a description of half of your characters.
Look, it's not my fault that I play races who tend to be pretty thick.
I think that is exactly your fault.
It's not my fault kobolds are well built.
No, but you don't help.
Also not my fault that you lured Ossic to be thick.
That wasn't me.
Yes, it was.
It was.
Oh, no.
You specifically lured it so that the kobolds were chunky.
Because kobolds
Dummy
are
thick.
chunky.
I'm dummy thick, and the clap of my ass cheeks are alerting the people in the cave.
Tail. The slap of my tail against my ass. What was I doing? Where's the,
You said we were switching to Aza?
So
right.
Silver just being like, you do the talking. I was like, okay.
Okay. This might as well happen. Alright, switching to Azza. Azza, you find yourself just laying in bed with Paleo.
Is this the morning after, or
Morning after.
Aza's just kind of like staring at the ceiling, like she's still kind of trying to grasp what happened.
Hi, sweetheart. Hi, sweet. How do I do that voice?
Morning,
Brr.
Paleo.
Good morning, sweetheart. That's closer. Good morning, sweetheart.
Y'all,
How you doing?
y'all, very good actually. Y'all sleep well.
For the most part. What about you, sweetheart?
That slept pretty good. I mean, all things considered, that was the first time in this kind of situation.
She just grins and pets you on the head. Well, you're sweet. Sweet little thing.
And y'all are surprisingly gentle when you want to be.
You would... I'm more gentle than you would think, if you know what I mean.
Az's face is just red and she like laughs nervously.
I mean, I know that I was gentle to you, but you should be surprised. I've been gentle to people a lot more fragile than you. Ain't that right, sweetie?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
I mean, honestly, I could let myself be a tiny bit rough with you if I wanted to.
Country folk like me are just built like that.
Sorry about whatever it's on your end, but I'm built different.
You drank a lot of milk as a kid, huh? I don't know why
Yes,
I was
we
going
did.
to say drink a lot of blood as a kid, because I don't think a lot of people do that. But who knows?
Well, I did meet some vampires when I first came over here.
Yeah, the city's kind of full of them.
Yeah, in the sewers.
Well, yeah, the sewers are, a place for them to keep. Well, you see, a vampire likes to have a good, feeding hole. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I saw one firsthand, actually.
Well, there's a few ways for a vampire to get a constant source of food. And, taking vagrants, that tends to be one of them.
I actually met one who wanted us to help get their friends out of it.
I'm sure they did.
His name was Argenium, if y'all at all recognize the name, maybe?
Honestly, I've heard so many names. The only Argenium I've ever heard of was, Long time ago. God, this voice is so hard to do. Oh.
Mention that he's a bull. Or whatever he was.
Yeah, he was a bull. It was this man with a pair of revolvers, a bull.
Yeah, maybe that's the same guy. Comes from out west?
Yes, actually.
Well, I don't know what he's been doing lately, but about 60, 70 years ago, he fought in the war.
He's a war veteran?
Hmm?
No wonder he was so well equipped.
You dirty girl.
I'd wait, no, wait, no. And Azza just like is beat red. I meant his revolvers. They were pretty powerful things.
Sure you did. Sure you did.
I do.
Well,
He
yeah,
helped us.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've only been alive a few more years than you, but I know some folks. They fought in the war back in the day. They said he fought for the wrong side.
On side?
So he went out west to atone.
Oh no, he's a Confederate.
A lot of folks did that back in the day. But if he's around here again, that means something must be going on.
To my knowledge, he was just wandering. No home, no real place to go, just passing through.
A lot of folks wander whether they want to or not, but where they wander is guided by an outside force. I know my place has been guided by some form of the gods, you know what I'm saying? I mean, how else would you... Well, look at me.
Oh, I've seen you.
I know you have. She winks at you. I know you have, sweetie. Now listen. How long do you want to stay with me? Nah, cozy little hole.
As much as I want to stay with you longer, I actually need to get out. I promised the man who got me in here that I would protect some foreign dignitary that's coming here in a few days' time.
Well, there aren't too many ways off the island, if you know what I mean.
I don't quite understand.
Well, the island's heavily guarded.
Oh, right. It explains why inside it's so lax, but coming in, this place was armed to the teeth.
I think there are only two ways for you to get out of here.
One being parole, other being in a body bag.
Well, I suppose either of those would work, but I was thinking more along the lines of you trying to escape or starting a riot.
Right. How hard could that be?
Honestly, in a place like this, not very.
Well, the question is, if I were to leave, I would also need all my stuff.
Well then, probably your better bet is to start a riot.
Y'all think the Pride could help me?
Sweetheart, the Pride would absolutely love to break you out. And you know what? We'd absolutely love to find our way back to the city! Ha!
That was the thing I wanted to say, Paleo. Why don't y'all come with me?
I'm sure we could show those old men a thing or two! She cracks her knuckles, and every time she cracks a knuckle, it makes a giant, loud sound through the area. Oh,
A
right.
sound reminiscent of cracking knuckles.
Well, looks like we're gonna be starting a riot today. But first, let's get something to eat. I'm honestly starving.
I thought you had enough to eat last night. If you know what I mean.
And as it just goes right again. I mean,
She just pats you on the back again, and without getting out of her bed, just waves at the other end of the cell, and the slightly slim calico cat comes over and just nods at you, and then looks questioningly.
Am I supposed to tell her what I'd like her to get for the mess hall?
She nods.
I guess, some good old-fashioned biscuits and gravy if you can.
She nods. She then looks at Paleo, and Paleo just says, "The usual, sweetheart. The usual." And she just nods and walks away.
So, Paleo, I've been wondering, how'd y'all land in here in the first place?
Oh. Well, I ran afoul of the wrong organizations.
I can see that happen.
Well,
I've met that one man, the one I was working for. I would not want to mess with him.
yeah.
But something tells me at some point I might.
Something tells me he might be one of the old men. Well, you see, back in the day, well, with a physique like mine, you can't really get a normal job. Not many, call centers wanting ladies to work at them anymore, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Ladies as secretaries, they've gotta, be all cutesy and demure, or whatever.
Look hot.
Yeah. For me, never worked out. So I had 3 jobs that I could do. 1, I worked in a factory. Honestly, I would have loved if I could have kept on doing that, but the factories, they don't run that much anymore. They haven't in my lifetime. Honestly, the only thing that would really get the economy and the factories going again would be another war. Other than that,
That's what that dignitary is here to try and stop.
Other than that, I had 2 jobs. Worked in a warehouse. It was good work. I handled meat. They always liked having a gal who could pick up an entire carcass and run it across the whole place and bring it
Oh,
up.
I've had to do that my fair share of times. I can farm.
Should have a race sometime. Anyway, it was my 3rd job that got me in trouble.
And I'm assuming that was working for one of them old men.
In a matter of speaking, I was a fighter. There aren't many legal circuits, but I did my range of them in the beginning. But with my strength, well, it can be hard to control, and I got kicked out right quick of the legal circuits. So I had to go underground, where there were no rules against, breaking someone's neck with a single punch.
Ouch. I don't think I can quite do that yet.
Yeah. Well, I got into those underground fight scenes, and I did great. It was so wonderful. But I got greedy. I started spending too much time out. Not enough time training. And I blew all my dough. Until I was near desolate on the street. So there came a time when they got me to a match, and I was approached by one of them old gentlemen. He comes to me and he says, throw the match, and you'll make enough gold to keep you out of the gutter. And I know what the gutter's like. It's not a pretty place. It wasn't when I was a little girl, and it's not now. That's for sure. So I took the deal. I fought, and I was ready to throw the match.
What happened?
The other girl, she was big, I guess. She came at me, and she insulted me.
Saw red.
Yeah. I couldn't hold myself back. Her eyes begin to water. She sniffles. I attacked her with more fury than I had ever done before. And she was big. I knew she could take it.
As
Thank
a
the gods she did.
Paleo on the back. But
Well,
men up top didn't like that, did they?
well, yeah, that's the thing. I won. The other thing is, the other girl, she was his main fighter. And, she didn't die. She got hurt, and she got hurt bad. I was told after, and I don't remember this, but I was told I punched her so hard that her eye liquefied. It was gone by the time the medics came, and no healing spells would bring it back.
That is simultaneously impressive and terrifying.
Yeah, well, the cops in this city are corrupt, so they took a bribe, took me in, took me here.
Well, today's the day you get out.
I found my kittens, and I haven't even thought about leaving, but for you, sweetheart, we'll get out together.
I'm glad.
She reaches down and grabs your chin, like the side of your jaw, and just kisses you lightly. And then the calico comes in with a slightly red face, bringing both of your food. You have biscuits, and she has a giant slab of meat and grits.
It takes a moment for us to actually grab her food as she just processes what happens, but when she does, she takes it and she is red in the face.
The calico kitty smiles and nods, and then walks away. Still not saying a word.
So what's her story? Why does she not talk?
Well, she has a story a little bit like mine. But, she didn't have strength to keep her, safe when she was a kitten. Both of us, well, we were both kittens on the street. Me, I grew up tough. Her, when she was a
Not
little
so
girl,
much.
some men grabbed her. They took her, they kept her for months. And they cut out her tongue.
My lord.
Honestly, not sure if she even would have been able to speak after all that. But the tongue
Sounds
was worse. Yeah.
It sounds like most of the pride here is in here just because of horrible circumstances rather than actual crimes.
Well, you know, we don't stay on the legal side of the law. But it don't matter. No one in this fucking city is legal or correct at all times.
Yeah. Makes you wonder why they even have prisons.
They want to
Other
keep
than
us
just-
off the streets so that they can have their protection jobs. The police, taxes, it's just another racket, another protection job. Just like the old men. She
Well.
just nods.
Honestly, my upbringing was nothing like, y'all's. I lived my entire life out in the sticks. I worked hard, went to bed, woke up, ate, repeat that for 20-something years now. It was only recently I decided to branch out, and I actually only came to the city about a month ago. Met some interesting people.
Well, I haven't been out of here in years, so, you know. Glad you met me now, too.
I'm glad I met you too.
She smiles and just gives you a hug and picks you up like a young girl and gives you another small kiss and just holds you while you continue to eat and puts you on her lap.
So what do y'all say that once we finish eating, we raise some hell?
I think I'd like that.
I think I'd like that too.
So, do we want to continue with this, cut back to the other group, or what?
We can cut back if you want, or we can keep going. You can keep going if you want.
You
I'll
guys
be
run.
honest, I don't really know what else to do.
Other than going back to the apartment, or we could always go on a pub crawl.
My suggestion was like, somehow they get into view of the prison, and then they start seeing the results of the riot.
Well,
Maybe
that'll
we'll
be
hear-
tomorrow.
They went back uptown.
Oh, okay.
We'll probably
they-
hear about it on the radio once it starts happening. But what do you say about a pub crawl?
Sure.
Alright,
Or
let's
we
just
could go back to the apartment and
let's
grab
cut back
some-
to the main character, the other characters.
so. Do you
Chet
wish
just left.
they'll probably be back? So, do you wish to get drunk the rest of the night, or perhaps we should go back to the apartment and have some real fun?
Please, Flax. I want to try my luck out here.
That is a terrible idea.
Don't worry, I can keep an eye on her.
Nope. This is one of Flax's associates.
Don't worry, the girl's not gonna get hurt in my club.
That's not what Flax is afraid of.
What exactly are you afraid of?
Flax does not wish for Chet to go alone somewhere. Flax does not trust chat. Chat can be very dangerous if unsupervised.
I can keep her out of harm's way.
Flax doubts that very much. She ran into a truck today.
And
ran
she
into
doesn't
open-
need to be alone just because you've gone home to your apartment.
Flax thinks that she needs supervision at all times, or she can seriously hurt herself. Flax
And
knows
that
what kind of
supervision doesn't need to be you. Does it?
Flax thinks it does.
Right now. I'm gonna make sure I get myself back over at the hangout spot tomorrow morning, okay? Sure.
Flax.
Don't you have
I
class
wanna
in the
pull-
morning?
No, it's like Sunday or Saturday. Also, didn't. Yeah. Or
I tried to like
Saturday.
enjoy the locale. Yeah, very much Saturday.
Flax thinks. Alright, I want to pull chat aside to some place that's hard to see.
Go ahead.
Alright. What do I roll?
Sneak? I don't know.
Stealth? To try and go somewhere where no one will watch us?
Sure.
Sure.
18.
Congrats, you go to the bathroom.
Alright. Flax hands one of her daggers to chat. And says,
Oh.
if he tries to hurt you, use this.
Okay, I see where you're coming. Alright. I'll keep my eyes narrow on it. If anything bad happens, stabby stab to protect myself. I understand. Thank you. Thank you,
Alright.
Flax.
Alright, and
Hey.
I will remove one of my daggers. I've just removed one of my daggers. I need to buy more daggers. I'm only down to 2 now.
Remember when you had like 6?
I know. I've been giving them away like hotcakes.
You are hotcakes.
You've been handing out daggers like cheap cigars.
Correct. I've been handing out drugs like cheap cigars. Speaking of which, actually, yeah, I want to.
Speaking of, chat, you owe Flax 200 gold.
What? No, that was a. Flax isn't going to charge for the testing.
The first
No.
one's free.
Exactly.
She'll come
Also,
back on her
Flax
own.
needed a living test subject to see whether or not it'd be good.
Yeah, I mean, like at the very least, we saw the worst case scenario.
Yeah, that's why Flax said to only take half afterwards.
Yeah.
I do want to see what kind of stuff is on their menu, actually. In addition to the new stuff on the menu.
Yeah, and also Chad is just simply gonna go to Flax and say, you know, every once in a while, you seem to have the right idea about this stuff. And I really gotta appreciate you, listen, gal.
Flax is always right, and yet people are still surprised by this.
The menu seems to have stuff broken out into 3 categories.
Sorry.
And the first board has items like whiskey and beer and cider. The second board is the board that the whatever was written on. Relentlessness was written on, and also seems to have things like death sticks and other names written on it.
Oh, Star Wars.
Okay, I was trying to remember the name of like a D&D cigarette thing that I saw a while ago, but I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
I mean, one of the slangs for cigarettes in Australia is cancer stick.
How
I don't think they knew that it caused cancer in the 1920s, though. Or at least there's a lot of propaganda to hide that fact. Actually, no, they didn't know. Because it wasn't until, like, TV that they started actually looking into it. And it wasn't until, like, Joe Camel that it became serious.
You're Joe Camel.
And what's the third category?
They're hard to decipher.
Alright. I point to one of the things in the... Oh, wait, no, I'm probably not. That's a good idea. I want to point...
Actually,
yeah, no,
links in to,
yeah, no, I'm probably guessing the third category is companionship. That's my guess.
Hard to say.
Well, I'm not gonna do the third category.
Fun thing about knowing about cigarettes causing lung cancer, that would be figured out pretty recently here in this time setting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you know who figured that out?
Who?
Nazi Germany.
Well, no, because
That hasn't
war
happened
hasn't
yet.
started yet. Like, it's going
Nazi
to be...
Germany was before the war started.
What year?
1939 is when the paper came out.
Well, yeah, that's when the war started. It was 1939 to 1945. So the paper will probably be coming out in like a couple months in Kemet. Or not Kemet, whatever place is invading Kemet. I want to point to something random in the second category and buy it.
Alright.
Flax switches to purchase 2 doses of that.
Alright, 1 second.
It was submitted in 1938 and published in 1939.
So then the paper in the current time frame has been submitted but yet to be published.
Yes, it's going through the processes.
Yeah, the verifications, the peer review.
Yeah.
So, what do I get and how much does it cost?
Okay, give me a second. I'm trying to figure that out. Alright, it's, okay. The cat behind the bar reaches down and places a purple bottle on,
Capybara.
What?
Sorry.
Ooh.
I thought you said it was a capybara behind the bar, so it was like capybara?
No, it's a cat.
Okay.
This is the Cat
Oh, my
Scratch
bad.
Club. Do you expect... I suppose a capybara
You
could
expect it
work
to be
anywhere.
staffed by rodents?
No, see, the rodents are staffed upstairs. If you know what I mean.
Alright, so it's a bottle of you said liquid?
It is a, It is a pink bottle. It is full, it is a bottle. It is full of a pink liquid that has crystals inside of it.
How many crystals?
7.
Alright. And are both doses in one bottle or is it 2 bottles of the thing?
The smallest it comes is, only... But this is, more than 2 doses. This is more than
Is
2
it-
doses.
Crystals? Is it the crystals of the liquid that is consumed? And how is it consumed?
He reaches under the table and places down a long pipe. The crystals are smoked.
And
You can drink the liquid if you wish, though. The crystals will go down smooth. It has the same effect. It just less comfortable coming out.
can Flax rent or buy 2 pipes then?
You can rent them for 5 gold each. Buy them for 10.
Flax will buy them. And how much for the thing itself?
25 gold.
All right. I hand over 35 gold. Oh wait, it was actually it'd be 45 because it's 2 pipes. Yeah, I'll hand over 45 gold and take myself back to Ratthew and hand him one of the pipes.
Oh, okay. I take the pipe.
All right. Put one of the crystals in his, put one of the crystals in mine. Use prestidigitation to light my pipe. Actually, no, I use prestidigitation. Firebolt's probably an overkill.
Yeah, firebolt is definitely overkill. Prestidigitation works.
Does it? Oh yeah, because you can light candles with it. You can probably light pipes and cigars and shit like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I smoked mine.
The pipes are like
I also
opium
use
pipes. They're like those long opium pipes, by the way.
like the Gandalf pipes.
No, like opium pipes. They're different.
What did you say?
We're smoking it.
We smoking.
Oh, it's like that. Yeah, we're smoking.
Or
Right.
we both use prestidigitation to light it.
Yeah.
It takes you a few seconds, but eventually you begin.
I rolled an 8.
I might as well make a con save then.
It takes a few seconds, but you begin to feel it. As the rock begins to melt and water in the pipe begins to boil, you feel
Hey, that's your name. Boyle.
Hee hee.
it begins it feels good. You feel an immense sense of euphoria that takes both of you over.
Alright.
Nice.
Flax does not even know what this is called. Actually, do I know what this is called? What would I roll to see if I know what it's called?
Well, whatever
Arcana?
you'd roll it with disadvantage now.
Arcana.
Arcana?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, and am I rolling with disadvantage or no?
Yeah.
Alright.
I'd roll, but Ratthew wouldn't really have anything to know about
Well, I got a 7.
drugs.
Flax, at the moment, has no idea what this is.
You feel the euphoria, and for until the end of while the effect is still active, your intelligence is treated as 10. No, 8. Your intelligence is treated as 8. Base intelligence is treated as 8, and your but your speed is doubled. Your movement speed.
Ooh, that affects a lot of my shit. Alright, speed. What would that be? What would I... Ah, there we go.
It's in the movement speed area.
Huh.
It is completely doubled.
Right. Okay.
Oh yeah, I forgot that I have a burrowing speed.
Yeah, Sushi used that, remember?
Yeah.
In the sliding dungeon.
Hey, it helped. Kind of.
I'm not saying you didn't. Oh, hey, I have a swimming speed of 30.
That's because you're basically an Argonian. Anyway.
I know. I think I used that in the fight with the flap.
I think you might have, or maybe you forgot.
No, I'm pretty sure I did because I was the only one with the swimming speed, so I was the only one who'd be able to. Oh no, it was that and the fact that I could hold my breath are why I went in. All right, so Flax is going to just fucking be stoned all night.
Yeah.
Flax Flax has an idea.
What is?
Flax thinks we need a bag. You know, the kind that is like infinite.
I think I know how to make that.
Yes, let's. Let's see Ratthew try and make something with an intelligence of 8. God, we're one level above. We're just slightly smarter than something that's been awakened.
So, I do not have that infusion. But we can head back to the apartment and try, and you'll see what he can make.
Yes. Yes.
Also, the intelligence is, just for clarification, it is 8 or -2, whichever is lower. I just know that both of you have...
It would be -2, so which would be 7.
Okay.
I think. No, wait, 7. So 7 it would be. We are as smart as something that's like an awakened animal.
I don't know about you, but -2 on my end is 14, so I'm at 8.
Yeah. That's my point. It's 8 or -2.
Oh, well,
Whichever
it's,
is lower.
Well, for me, that was an accident, by the way. For me, it's 7.
Okay.
You have 9 intelligence?
Oh, wait. No, I thought you meant -2 modifier.
No.
Ew. Wait, you said 8 or -2, which one's
Lower.
smaller?
Mm-hmm.
Do you mean smaller as in which number?
No, -2 from
it is
what you
smaller or
have.
which-
It is
Oh.
either 8 or your number -2, whichever is lower.
Okay, for me, 8 would be lower because I have an
Yeah.
intelligence of like 13.
I know that both of you have an intelligence that was high enough that that wouldn't do it, but if, like, a barbarian was taking this might make them non-sentient.
Right.
Ooh.
Yeah, at least it's not as bad as Feeble Mind.
So there's drugs that could actually.
Oh, also,
reduce
so
your
you are feeling, you are feeling euphoria. You're also feeling the zoomies.
Yes.
You want to move, you want to do stuff,
Let us go to the apartment now.
We run to the apartment.
It's gonna be hard. I don't think we can read.
No, you can read. That's above 4.
What? I thought. Well, I'm not, cause like, hold on.
Peasants have intelligences of like 8. They can read.
8 is
Intelligence
fine.
No, peasants have an intelligence of 10. 10 is is like literally the average.
Yeah, but 8 is only just below average. It's not like
Okay.
6 is bad, 4 is horrible. Anything below 4 is non-sentient, non-sapient.
Right,
You
right.
become an animal.
I'm a 6.
Awakened animals are 7. I think. I know I looked this up recently for reasons.
All right, let's
Oh no, an awakened animal has an intelligence of 10.
let's jump back to
Ah.
Azza for the next.
I looked it up. There is no intelligence cutoff for literacy.
Well, I'm gonna
There
determine
used
that
to
Flax-
be. There used to be in previous editions. Like in 3.5
like
there
ID
was.
does not.
I feel like a lot of people homebrew one now.
Yeah.
Well, I think
I'm
a lot
gonna
of people just
determine-
played previous editions where there was one and don't know.
Well, I'm gonna determine that Flax can not read right now.
That's
That's a
fine.
character choice.
Anyway. So do you guys want to jump back or do you want to end for the night?
Let's jump back.
Yeah.
I mean, we still have an hour.
No one's
All right.
jumping back.
So Azza and
Paleo.
Paleo are at the center of the prison, and around them, the Pride has gone wild. They are screeching, yelling, threatening, and they are forcing the rest of the entire prison to begin to riot. Paleo
Is it bad?
grins. Huh? Yes.
Is it bad that I thought what would happen is basically Paleo just grabs someone and shakes them up and down and just yells riot?
Some of her people are doing that, but if she did that, that would kill someone.
To be honest, that was my favorite scene in that series.
You know, with G forces.
Good boy.
Paleo grins, walks over to one wall, and rips one of the doors off, and holds it. He's like, "What do you think of my new sword, sweetheart?"
Looks good.
Awesome. Let's go kick some ass.
Let's.
You, I need you to roll initiative.
Got it. Good. Oh, that was almost bad. 17.
Awesome.
It's almost a 3.
17. Alright. Cool. As you walk through the halls, you enter an area that is entirely filled with more people. The Pride goes away and enters and begins to fill the area of the prison, moving to the rest of the place. And you are there. And on the other side, there is a man leaning on the balcony with a pocket watch. And he's just watching the pocket watch. And behind him, his cell is lit up and beautiful. And he is a wolf.
Well, someone got special treatment.
Yeah, no shit. That's because he's claims that he's here because of tax reasons.
Tax reasons.
Yeah.
If I had something to throw right now.
Let's go beat him up. Ah.
You know
You
what?
and Paleo
Let's.
move forward. And you were approached by 4 more wolves who stand on the floor in front of you.
Asa will just keep trying to move forward even though they're in the way.
They one of them punches you in the face.
Oh,
Take
so
4
it's gonna
damage.
be like that then.
Take 4 damage. Blunt.
As just kind of like rubs her jaw a little. He's like, oh, it's gonna be like that then. And then she holds out her hand and just releases her claws. All right then.
Hi. I like your style.
Can I attack with the claws?
Yeah, go ahead.
That's gonna be a 24
That hits.
or 5 slashing damage.
You manage to cut a large scar across his face.
I suggest you all get out of our way before this gets ugly.
You want to get to the boss, you're gonna cut through us. You damn you damn dykes. You're gonna come through us. You got that?
Oh, I got that. And I hope your boss doesn't mind being down a few people. Whose turn is it?
Sorry, I'm just trying to get some stuff. The Paleo grins and just says, Alright, I like your style. She walks over to one of the wolf guys, grabs him by the scruff of his head, and rips.
Wait, what did she do? You cut out there.
She rips his head off.
Oh my.
They're not so tough. Go on.
Oh, this can be easy.
Come at me, kitty pet. You're gonna come and get it, huh? He grabs into his shirt and reaches and grabs a shank. Does a 15 hit without
15
your
does
armor.
not hit. 15
You
does
don't
not
have
hit.
armor.
Wait, without my armor. Let me double check that then.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Actually, does a 13 hit. Sorry, I misrolled that.
Yeah, without my armor is it just 10.
Okay. That's not great. You should have higher because of the dex. Anyway.
I have a +0 on my dex.
Yeah, you don't have good dex. Okay. So that hits. Four damage. Slashing.
Without my little pieces of hay, I can't really do anything that's actually divine.
The next one comes up to you and comes to attack. It gets a nat 20.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
And it deals 3 damage.
No, never mind.
It rolled 2 ones. 2
I got lucky.
ones. Ah. And the last one comes over to hit you. Does an 18 hit?
Yes, it does.
6 damage. Slashing. Your
Right,
turn.
as is looking a little bloody. For her bonus action, she is going to use her Daunting Roar, which is a DC 12 Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
If they fail, they are frightened of me until the end of my next turn.
DC what?
12.
And what is matching
I know.
you?
match, I believe, is a pass.
Alright, one fails and begins to run away from you.
Is he one that would be in, was in melee range?
Yeah. They all
Alright, that's gonna be my reaction. And if this hits, I have Sentinel. 15, does that hit?
Yep.
That's gonna be 7 slashing damage, and he does not move. She basically digs her claws into the flesh of his back and holds him in place. Y'all ain't going anywhere.
Okay.
And then, for my actual action, I will attack with my claws again on the same guy.
Okay.
Ooh. 12.
That matches. Glancing blow.
So that's like half damage.
Yeah, sure.
So that's gonna be total 3 because that's a 6. All slashing.
What was the first one?
The first one was 7. Because that one was a.
Alright. You basically just rip his face off, and he is down.
Paleo, you're up.
Paleo grins. I like your style again, huh? She grabs another one. I've always wanted to do this. She grips him by his arms and legs and slams him over her knee. Ha! I broke the wolf.
Ooh, that spine's not gonna be in one piece.
The final guy comes. You know, when I say it like that, it sounds bad.
I can't believe Hassan made the final guy come.
I mean, I guess this gets someone off.
Sure, it would. Does an 11 hit?
11 does hit.
He takes the shiv and cuts you in the chest. 6 damage.
Oof, that's a lot of damage.
Alright, you've taken care of all of them. Alright. I see more coming. Why don't you head up over there? She grabs you by the scruff of your neck, like a kitten. Then grabs you on the bottom. It's like, huh, 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 and tosses you up on top of the balcony where the wolf is staring at you.
Do I need to make any kind of check to see if I actually grab the balcony, or is
Nope, she
her
tosses
throwing
you
me
all,
enough?
She tosses you all the way into his room.
Gosh. Man, I love that.
Hello there, old chap. How's it going?
As it going is, I think you had it good a little too long in here.
Oh, I figured. It's one of those old geezers come to tell you to assassinate me.
No, I'm doing this for fun.
No. Righto.
No.
He
I
tightens.
just want to get out of here.
He tightens his tie. Righto. All right. And then he takes out his, no, he takes out a straight up sword and a small dagger. And points
Well,
them
that
at
doesn't
you.
ain't fair at all.
Yeah, life isn't fair. Come on, mate. Let's go.
Do I reroll initiative?
No, you're first.
Alright, so the first thing I'm actually going to be doing, let's see, let me double check here. It doesn't look like I need my holy symbol to use my lay on hands, so I'm going to be using 10 of my lay on hands points to heal me up.
Ah, this will be an interesting fight.
Yes, it will.
Is that all?
Yeah, that's an action.
Righto. He moves forward towards you. And he reaches to do... He tries to hit you with his sword and gets a nat 1 and falls on his ass. Ah, bollocks. I guess I've been out of the game a little bit long, huh?
Yep, looks like. Hey,
Fuck
Chuckfeet.
Yeah.
Would you say that I need my holy symbol for a divine smite?
I'm gonna say no. You just
Alright, I
need
know
to, you need to be able to remember your oath for that, though.
She
Can you
remembers
remember
her
your
oath.
oath?
I mean, wouldn't a jailbreak count as a holy symbol?
I mean, it can.
You know what? That's a good point.
It is a divine relic.
I didn't think of that. Alright, well, it's my turn, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
You're
Claws
found
once
on his
more.
ass. Huh? Okay.
Does that mean he's prone or no?
Yeah, he's prone.
Ooh, I get another for advantage. Okay. That's gonna be a 14 to hit.
That does not hit.
Ooh, he's armored.
Ah. Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry, love. A nice suit always has a little bit of protection, if you know what I mean. He
I'm
reaches
gonna
over.
lay you out.
He reaches in, and he's wearing a suit, and he reaches and he pulls this thing apart, and the inside of the suit has little, like, fancy chainmail. Nice shot, though. Alright, my turn. He stands up. That is half of his movement. And then he reaches to attack you with his small dagger. Did you move away from him, or are you just right there?
I'm just right there.
Okay. Righto. Does a 24 hit.
That hits.
See, I know what your armor class is, so that has the same kind of power as asking... that has the same powerful feeling as, like, sitting there and asking, does a 34 hit? Just to be an asshole. You know what I mean, Silver.
I really have no idea what you mean. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I have no idea what you mean.
7 damage.
Alright.
Piercing.
Is there anything around me I can use as a weapon?
It'll take an investigation or perception roll for you to find out.
I'll do perception. Yeah, that's better. Dang it, 9.
You see that he does have a cane sitting against the wall.
I'm gonna reach for that to try and use it as a club.
Okay, you'll take your action.
I'll take it as my action then.
Alright.
Got a cane.
Righto! Good choice. He just smiles at you. The cane is like, just like a wooden black cane. He smiles. Alright. He then steps forward and does a 9 hit.
9 does not hit.
Does a 12 hit.
A 12 does hit.
Full or glancing?
Full. I have
take
0
4
dexterity.
slashing damage. And finally, does a 17 hit.
That hits.
And that's another 4.
I am not looking good.
4 piercing damage. Righto, old chap. Are you sure you want to do something like this?
Yep.
You don't look too good. You,
Lucky shots.
You get a glance behind him, and you see Paleo, and she's just, like, literally ripping his men apart. She's standing in a pile of bloody corpses, and chests are ripped open, and organs are strewn on the ground, and her face and her hands are covered in blood.
As it takes some moments to basically just be in awe, but snapped out of real quick to continue her portion of the fight, and she is going to swing that cane. Come on. 15. Does that hit?
Yeah, it does. What the plus? Did you account for the plus?
The plus?
Yeah. To hit. The plus to hit.
Yeah, it's a 10 plus 5.
Okay. That's a glancing blow.
Alright, so what I'm also going to do is I'm going to use a spell slot for Divine Smite.
Okay.
Alright, so that's going to be 7 halved, which is... Do we round up or down?
Up.
That's going to be 5, I think. And for the Divine Smite, where the hell is that thing? Hang on, I'm just trying to... 2d8 extra radiant damage.
That's how much?
An extra 2d8 radiant, but it's 4 total. So that'd be 9 total, unless the radiant damage gets glanced as well.
No, I'll say the radiant damage is fine. 9 total. Okay. I'm just trying to calculate here. Let me say it's that. All right.
But before she completely ends her turn, she shouts out, "Paleo, need a little help here."
Sorry, lass. I'm a bit stuck down here. Do you want a boost? No, sorry. Hey, friend. You want a boost?
Yes, Jailhouse, please. I will.
All right,
if y'all
but...
need me to do another thing, I'm glad to do it.
No, I think this'll... no. No, I think this'll pay for itself. I cannot do the southern accent. I'm trying. Damn it.
It takes practice.
No, because I keep slipping into British, because I was doing British for this guy. He just... you just feel a sense of a smile, and suddenly... your body is just, you feel, and suddenly your body is covered in chains.
Like chainmail?
No, it looks like chains.
What the?
It has the stats of chainmail though.
Oh, okay.
And it's glowing. And you are healed. What's your guys' level again?
4.
4.
You're healed to full.
Alright. Alright. Now the playing field's a little more leveled.
I get to claim him afterward. I can't do it.
Deal.
You done with your fancy little... you done talking to your fancy little memical?
Yep. Bring it on, fancy pants.
Alright, I will. He grins and attacks. Alright, he makes 2 hits, one with his sword and one with his small dagger. Takes 7 damage. No, wait, sorry, what is your AC now? There's a 16 hit.
16. Macy 16.
Huh? Okay. So
Nice.
you one glancing you get 1 hit and 1 glancing blow. The sword hits he slashes against you, but it doesn't hit. He slashes again. This time it goes through. You take 7 slashing damage. And then he clangs against with his knife, and you take 6 halved, which is 3 piercing damage.
All right.
So, total 10.
All right. I'll go again with the club.
Alright.
That's going to be a total 20.
That hits.
And for shits and giggles, let's make it another Divine Smite. So, first, the bludgeoning damage is going to be 5 total.
Alright.
And the radiant damage is going to be 11.
Okay, so that's 16 total.
Yep.
One sec. Let me just... Okay. So he's just the prisoner just looks at you and is like, "All right, you punter. You're a bit of a cunt, aren't you?"
Yep.
Okay. He just grins and he grins and steps back, and then he
Wait, as in out of my melee range?
no.
Okay.
He just reaches and moves forward to hit you once. Does an 11 hit? No.
It does not.
Alright, and then he crosses his knife and his sword and stares at you. Alright, your turn. Huh. Hunter.
I'll go with the club again. With the cane again.
Okay.
That's an 11.
Well, that does not hit. He's on his turn, he now steps back out of your melee range.
And that's an attack of opportunity.
Alright, go ahead. He is still crossing his blades.
That's an 18.
That hits.
And that is 5 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Now it's your turn? No. And then he tries to hit, I guess. Sorry, I'm sorry, I'm trying to do. Okay. He reaches in and he throws the knife at you. Does a 22 hit?
That would hit.
Uh, 7 piercing damage, and you have a knife stuck in your side.
Hey,
Hey, free knife.
Flax was clearly going to say that first. Anyway.
yes, I would. It's a free knife, and I just lost one.
Actually, can Azza pull the knife out and attack with it?
You're going to have to do like a medicine for that. It'll be an action to do it properly.
19.
Alright, you do it properly, but it takes an action to take it out. Basically, you take no more damage doing so, taking it out.
Okay.
I would just taken the damage and
Alright, you punter. Let's go. He now has his one hand behind his back and he holds his sword towards you. Alright. Alright. Ugh! Does an 18 hit?
Yes, it does.
Eight damage.
How much damage?
8 damage.
8 damage. Ooh. Azza's going to lunge forward with the dagger. That's 11. I really wish I had more attacks
That
per
does
action.
not hit. Alright. He reaches and tries to bonk you with his sword. Does a 16 hit?
Glanting.
Uh, 7 damage.
Halved?
Yeah, no, half it. 3.
Oh, okay. So,
No, that wasn't halved. His max damage was 9.
uh,
3.
alright, so going at the club dice. 14.
That does not hit.
Dang it.
That was not the correct dice roll. Just for the people at home, I rolled a 1d2. Does 24 hit?
24 hits.
Seven.
I'm not looking good. Talking's free action, right?
Yeah.
Jailhouse, feel free to intervene at any time to grab him.
I would try, but you gotta get him down a little bit farther.
Alright, here we go. For my action, I've got to use the rest of my lay on hands to heal me back up, at least a little bit, to 19.
Okay.
Why have I been using two-weapon fighting? But that's my action.
18 hits. Seven damage.
Attack with the club. 17.
That hits.
And that's going to be another Divine Smite, so that's 7 bludgeoning damage. And Radiant, don't let me down. 13 Radiant damage.
That's almost full max.
Yeah, it was a 6 and a 7.
Yeah, and a 4 from your 1d4 plus 3.
Mm-hmm. He's still up?
20 damage.
Yeah, he is still up, but he's looking real bad.
Well, I'm going to be doing something I should have done in the first place and use 2-weapon fighting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because now you're holding a dagger.
Yeah, you've had that for a little bit.
I added to my to hit, but not my damage, right?
Yes. I don't know.
If that's the case, then that's a 20 total to hit.
That hits.
And 2 piercing damage.
Okay. He looks about the way he did before.
That's my turn.
He is looking real bad though. Ah! You fucking cunt! Can't you just understand that you are not good enough? He slashes at you.
That's why I'm here.
Hits. Why am I rolling so good?
I was gonna ask the same question.
4 damage. Ugh. I wish it was min damage that time.
Club. 13, I don't think that hits. And dagger.
It's not.
Total 22.
That hits.
2 damage. Piercing.
Alright. He's looking pretty bad.
I am too.
Nine does not hit. He misses. It claims
Club.
against a lock.
17 to hit.
That hits.
Come on. Why is it 5 bludgeoning?
Okay.
And then dagger. That's a 17 again.
That hits.
Or 3 piercing.
Okay, give me just a second. I need to do some quick math. What was the first one again?
The first one was 5. 5.
Alright. And what was the second one?
3.
Fuck. Okay.
Is he still up?
He is barely alive, but he is there, and he is screeching at you for vengeance. Fuck you! He makes one last desperate swing.
What are you looking at? Is it?
17 hits.
Oh, jeez. Please be low damage.
Six damage.
6?
Yeah.
Club. Come on. That's 11. Dagger. 17.
That hits.
2 damage.
You stab him right in the heart, and suddenly he disintegrates, and everything is fine again.
I am at 2 health points.
He was at 1.
2 hit points. Oh,
That was actually great.
I was down to the wire.
That was.
Oh my god, was this yet another vampire?
Huh? Oh no, this was Should I say
I'm
it? Whatever. It was a bandit.
I'm assuming I have another lock on the little chain.
You slowly enter your mindscape, and their jailhouse says, "All right, all right. Thank you for that."
Thanks for the help.
Yeah, I did my best.
It was just what I needed, actually.
Another door appears in the desert. Looking right.
All right.
Looking right fine, don't you think?
Yep.
Right fine.
Now I gotta get Paleo and get out of here with her.
You know, you make pretty sounds with that pretty lady. He winks at you.
Not the time, jailhouse.
He giggles, and he just smiles, and he says, "Let your lady protect you on the way out. You're not doing too good, and I can't do another one of those."
Will do.
He nods, and you return to your place. There aren't any more prisoners around you, and Paleo climbs her way up to you.
Howdy, Paleo. Took him down.
I'm glad you did. She looks you up and down. You're, we might need to get you some of those, clothes sooner rather than later.
Yeah. Oh, jeez, that man put up a fight. I wasn't expecting that.
You're, can you guys hear me?
Oh.
I can't tell if that's rhythm or me. Hello?
Yeah.
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 I can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So there's
I can
some,
hear you. Hello?
Can you hear us?
Doctor?
Jacqui? Can you hear us now?
Alright, so I'm experiencing some technical difficulties, so that'll be the end of the session. Have a wonderful night, everybody, and
Some of the other videos.
Hello.
they're not going to be able to hear you.
Check out some of the other videos.
They can't hear you.
Tell them to check out some of our other videos.
I was going to do the
their
thing.
output. Their input is damaged or something.
No, the voice is... I'm getting glitches. So you're coming out as robots and shit. Anyway, so yes,
okay.
thank you. Watch other videos. Watch the World of Tapir and Silver's Let's Plays, as well as everything else. Like, comment, subscribe, comment, and say what you think happened in between Azza and Paleo, either before this session or after it, now that Azza's clothes have been completely ripped apart and all she's wearing is a bunch of magic